morning, everybody. And thank you so much for this opportunity to be here once again. It is lovely to be with you all this morning and to share in a message. So thank you. We are already at the end of January. The first month in 2022 is almost over. And I think I'm not the only one here who was kind of wishing that this year would start out differently. Given everything that we've been through in the last 2 years, I think we were all hoping for a fresh start, a different beginning, a new story and narrative to this year. And yet what we have faced in the last month has been more uncertainty, more chaos, and more fear. It almost seems now like uncertainty has become the certainty. And yet, in the midst and amongst all of this uncertainty and chaos, we are still being asked to step forward, to show up, to get on with our lives, to do what we're called to do, to be parents, to be teachers, to be carers, to be doctors and nurses and people on the front line working in different industries. We're asked to show up and help our neighbor, to serve in our community. Amidst all of this chaos and uncertainty, we're still being asked to move forward. And at times, rightly so, it can feel like we're in situations where we don't have the words. We don't know what to say. We don't know what actions to take because we've never been here before. We don't know whether to step right or left or forward or to stay put. We don't know. In the first reading today, we hear that Jeremiah felt something similar, where he says, "But I am only a boy. I don't have the words. How am I meant to go and speak to all these people? I'm just a boy. I don't know." And just like God tells Jeremiah in that reading, he almost says it like, you don't need to know the words. You just need to be ready, for I will give you the words. And like Jeremiah, I too have been in situations where, trust me, I have not known the words that I've needed to say. Even when Sarah first asked me to come and speak at MCC and said, Neri, please get on the regular roster, I said the same thing. What do you want me to speak about? I don't have the words. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a reverend, I haven't studied theology. Who am I? What have I got to say? Because we have a tendency that we get to these moments where we don't know, where we're not sure. We feel like we're not good enough. We're not called to do this. We don't have what it takes and we don't want to move forward. But instead, when we trust that God, that higher power, that energy, that being, however you refer to it, and we take that step forward, we get the words, we're given the direction for our actions, the path opens for us. Has there been a time in your life where you felt like you were at a place where you didn't know the answers, you didn't have the words, but you took that step forward in faith and your words were directed, your actions flowed? Maybe at that time you didn't know that what you were doing was what you needed to do, but later on reflection, you realized that the decisions you made at that point were exactly what you needed to be and exactly what needed to happen because they were directed by someone other than you and other than me. Because that's what it means to step out in faith. But interestingly, in the second reading today, we hear about Jesus. Now, if anyone knows the words, he's got it, right? He's got it down pat. And he's sitting there preaching, doing his thing. And at first they're listening, but later he too is challenged. They have a go at him too. And then they drive him out. Jesus. I mean, we're like, what hope do we have if, that's happening to Jesus? But we too in life come up against those situations where we feel challenged, where we feel like we've done everything we were meant to do. We've said all the things that we were meant to say, but we feel challenged, either by someone that says, really, is that all you were meant to do and say? Surely you've got more to say. Surely you can be more and do more. Or it's the circumstance and the situation that challenges us, the uncertainty and the chaos that we find ourselves in that challenge us. So either we don't know what to say and do, or when we do know what to say and do, we can find ourselves being challenged. So how do we move forward? How do we stay present? How do we stay grounded amidst this? One of the things that I found to help me is gratitude and practicing gratitude. Being grateful for everything that has happened in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that has happened to bring me to this exact moment, this time and place. And grateful for everything right here and right now that I have in this moment. And everything that will be an opportunity that I get moving forward from here. Grateful and ready. Because you see, everything that's been happening in our lives to bring us to this point has been shaping us, molding us, creating us, building us for this exact moment, for where we are right now, called to be, even when we're challenged, even when we don't know the words, even when we don't know what actions to take or how to move forward. Everything that has happened for us, everything that is right now, right here, present for us, and everything that is going to happen for us is being guided and directed by someone higher than us, by someone other than us. And if you are unsure today of what you need to be grateful for right here and right now, then I ask you to reflect on this. And I got sent this by my beautiful friend, Rebecca. She sent me one of those quote picture message things. And it said, there was a season where what you are doing right now was impossible. What you are living right now once seemed impossible. So I ask you to think back on your last 5, 10 years and think about the things that you have overcome, the challenges that you have conquered, the things that you have done, the things that you have had signed, sealed, and delivered for you. Because everything was happening for a reason. There's now this trend on social media going, this 10-year challenge, where you were 10 years ago and where you are now. And if I think about where I was 10 years ago, forget speaking, I was scared to even read in church. I remember once, I think Lee was doing the roster and she put Charlie's name down and Charlie said yes. And Charlie didn't want to do a reading and told me to do it. And I was like, I don't want to do it. Why did you put my name down? I don't want to do it. I was scared just to walk up and read in church. I didn't dream of ever speaking. I'm sure there've been moments in your lives where you didn't even think was possible. You're like, really, 10 years ago where I am today, I did not think this was possible. It was impossible. Yet someone made it possible. You are right here, right now, because you are meant to be. And I want to share with you a song, the lyrics from a song that I've been listening to on repeat this last week. The name of the song is Grateful by an artist named Nemo. And I'll put a link into the chat later if it's something you want to listen to. But I want to share the words of the chorus with you, and it's this. All that I am and all that I see, all that I have been and all that I will ever be is a blessing. And it is so amazing. I'm grateful for it all. And how true are those words? Because everything in our lives is happening for a reason. Because collectively we can say today that all that we are and all that we see, all that we have been and all that we will ever be is a blessing. And it is so amazing. And we can truly be grateful for it all. Because right here, right now, you are in this moment where you are called to be. Even when you feel challenged, even when you don't know the words, even when you don't know that step forward, there is somebody that will give you the words that you need, that will guide your actions, that will open paths for you that you need to step out into. All we need to do is to be ready and to be grateful. So I'll leave you with these words. All that I am and all that I see, all that I have been and all that I will ever be is a blessing. And it is so amazing, and we can be grateful for it all.